Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Starfield with your host, Von Klaus. Well, we just landed in New Atlantis as of the end of the last mission.
Hey, what can I do for you?
And we gotta go see Hadrian. So let's go over there. I think I got some stuff to sell too. Yeah, I do. There should have been enough time passed that I should be able to sell some
Need
stuff.
some work done?
Oh, my heavens. Let's get rid of all the cheaper stuff first. Concussive breach. We might hang on to that one for a minute, just to make sure. Oh, I ain't got enough for that. 19 credits left. Alright. So at least get rid of some, not much. Now we'll go over to the next place and get rid of stuff there. And we can visit the QC Exchange and get rid of some stuff there as well.
Hey, no loitering.
Oh, please, take a look.
Some of these guys probably won't have that much money, but we'll get rid of what we can. One, two, three. $1,000, that's gonna leave 6. Three, 5. And we'll get rid of just one of these. That'll leave them 3 credits.
Thanks for coming in.
I'm not seeing any records from that hauler out of Estonia. What was his name again? When's the last time he delivered?
Oh, that guy. His name was, it's on the tip of my tongue. Jeez, it's something simple, too.
Names aside, where's the people?
Alright. And then we're going to go to Mass. Gotta go to Mass so that we can meet up with Hadrian, and I think we got another mission over
Two
there
of us
too.
make quite the pair, eh?
So we'll kind of kick off both of them at the same time.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good.
wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis when Tony and I leave. No, probably not. Oh, hi there. I'm doing great. How about you? Glad to hear it. Yeah, life is good, isn't it? I've been trying to save up enough money so that I can go explore the settled systems with my boyfriend, Tony. I think we're finally getting close. Tony and I want to see what else is out there. I love my job, but there has to be more to life than just being a janitor in New Atlantis. What about you? Have you gone on any adventures? Really? I find that hard to believe. You look like you've been through so much. Oh, and I mean that in a good way, of course.
It's no. Call me wholesome or whatever, you know. But I mean, it's none of her business.
Really? Well, I guess you're right. I'm feeling a bit run down. I really love my job, but it's hard work and long hours. I could definitely use a Terracino from Terra Brew right now. Ah, no worries at all. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, no offense. I mean, Bethesda, but you want people to be servants and make freaking coffee runs? That ain't me. That shit ain't me. I'm not making a coffee run for no NPC.
Captain! Over here.
For no reason.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure...
Yeah, you should have.
There's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. I really appreciate you. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this. Or if you've got no telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out. Then I guess it's just a matter...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
Captain. Crossed paths with Hadrian Sinan earlier. Said you've been invaluable to her. Keep it up. Now, was there something you needed?
I'm here for you, my love.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno-Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're still trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without data. We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible Terramorph apocalypse. I'm just here to talk about what happened. Hadrian is the one. Yeah.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon.
Cue the attack.
They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack. Seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium.
I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require. Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
I know there's going to be an attack.
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
Yes, it is.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
I knew that. I mean, I could just see it written in the script.
Incident. Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport.
Terramorphs.
Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
What the hell is going on?
What's going on is you're standing right outside a door, listening to a conversation that doesn't concern you. That's grounds for treason. Hello, arrest that dude right there in the white shirt. Freaking nature. Sitting there listening to conversations that doesn't concern him.
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop!
That's
We're
it.
trying to
now
help
hit him with
you.
everything you've got.
I would like to, but stand by.
Can't stop!
What is it doing this?
I'm gonna go! Don't.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
I know, I
The
can
way
tell.
those people were acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone different. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need... Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
What sucks is what I need, I don't have.
God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Ugh!
Oh crap, 2 hours out of...
Here they come along the path to end their living days at last.
Oh my goodness, I'm out of everything. Hold on. I gotta get some weapons. I got over 900 rounds in this. Oh. Okay, I got this one. All right. There we go.
Experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Good lord, there was a lot of ammo on that table. Alright. We'll talk to this guy.
Heard you might be looking for some backup.
You two have any experience with
Only the brief you just gave on the way.
surviving a full-on...
We're not using. Roger that. We're on you.
False alarms. Gotta stay sharp.
Might as well take what we can. It's going to kill you.
Up. We should go tell the sergeant what happened.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
I guess our people weren't so lucky.
The few protecting the many.
And it would have been plenty more if it hadn't been for the two of you. The city owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time.
Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Alright. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you, I was a little nervous there after I started running out of ammo. Thank goodness I didn't sell all of my weapons. I need to put on my new gear. I didn't even think about that, but I got all that, ooh, I got the Manus gear. There we go. Ah, I look wonderful.
Nothing's getting to the cabinet.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Damage to the spaceport. The costs of this attack
I'm
are
gonna go
greater
check
than
in
I
with
think
Chief
we
Engineer
realize.
Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
Okay, sounds good. And I reckon
These
I'll go
creatures can
across
hit
the
us in New
street.
Atlantis.
I
No
mean,
way.
across the walkway.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes?
Yes.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome
must
to
make you
Interstellar
my sister,
Affairs.
since you got the
I'm
same
Deputy Chief
haircut as
Diplomat
me.
McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the
Okay,
archives
chica.
are, correct?
Okay.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar,
Everybody.
or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Tell me about everybody.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code. Huh. Well, if that's the case, I'll wait to be pleasantly surprised. But we do have one item up our sleeve. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the Ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval. It does, but we're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life sign.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
I have no doubt.
Now, the embassy front. Here. And fair warning.
Now, If you have additional questions or require... I'd suggest you be smart out there, Captain.
Alright, can I go now? Good lord, that takes forever. Long, drawn-out conversations.
Okay. Hello.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the Colony War. Your consideration is requested.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects. Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain.
The only threats you're facing are the 8-legged variety just outside your door. Now can we please stop playing games here? Lives hang in the balance.
A lecture in morality from the UC. How quaint and short-sighted. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time, and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood. I'm listening. I suppose you're right. Our job and our responsibility. It's possible I might be letting my history cloud my judgment. Possibly. I think we can work something out. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me.
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. To unlock the code generators just this way.
Exactly. It's like...
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another. This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
never seen a tree like this before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way. I didn't stock up on junk.
Well, it has to be that one. Okay, so it's not that one. Tried that one. There we go. Oh boy, this is a big lock. Okay, so that one will go. That one, that one. So we got 3 on the top, 1 there, 1 there, those 2, and that one. Oh boy.
Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
There must be something they don't want us to find.
Got a whole lot brighter.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never... Let us discuss.
I don't have many left of the digi-sticks. I got what, 6 left? No, 3 left. Golly. auto slot a couple of them, but yeah, see. Yeah, I ain't got enough Gigi sticks.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Is that right, huh? Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door? And the broadcast spoke of terror, more a worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent, with little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is you. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge.
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this woman's integrity. She'll keep her word.
Well then, I shall not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good. The Great Serpent guide your path. The Great Serpent is so much more than a god. It is fate itself. When our founder, Jinan Varun, left the United Colonies 140 years ago for distant stars, it was the Serpent that compelled him to found his now great house. The Serpent made us who we are today. Its voice speaks to us, shepherding us through the dark, and infuses our lives with the meaning.
Whatever you need, you've got it. Any troubles you need to share? I know that you'll always have my back, because that's the type of person you are. Wait, what exactly are you saying? Ah, sorry, I just need a moment to gather my thoughts. I know you want to have a serious relationship. You want to become close. So, if you're willing to take that leap of faith with someone like me, then I'm ready to do the same. You're something truly special. You know that? You've helped me conquer my self-doubt, my confidence, hell, everything. For the first time in my life, I feel complete. And with you by my side, I'm convinced that feeling will last forever. You're the best thing that's happened to me in my life. I love you. Always.
I got a girlfriend. Come on, baby, let's go. Alrighty. So now we gotta go back to the cabinet. Let them know we got all the code.
On the record? What response?
I'm told by top officials the cabinet already has a plan in place to open the Armistice archives.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Alrighty. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to save it right there, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, everybody.